Hello everyone. Welcome to Compassion Camp. The next several weeks we'll be talking about be loved, be kind, be you. Well, today we're starting off with our first session at the table. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. I guess I'm a little bit sleepy. What is going on? Why are now y'all yawning? I've heard of this before. People yawn when they see other people yawn. Did you know that? It's true. According to scientists, even dogs and chimpanzees do this. Here, while we're all sitting together, let's do an experiment. I will yawn and you try not to. Let's see how hard it is. When you see someone yawn or laugh or cry, something in your brain responds because you know what it feels like to laughter or sadness or sleepiness. That is called empathy. And when we know what it's like to feel something, we become more compassionate toward one another. For example, if I see one step on a Lego, I feel compassion for them because I know that hurts. It's like, ouch! My foot cannot actually feel it at that moment, but my empathy kicks in and my brain reminds me what that suffering feels like. If my compassion is strong, I may offer to help you. That is what compassion is, boys and girls. I see you hurt. I feel your hurt with you, empathy, and I help ease that hurt. But in order to show empathy, I need to see you. This is the beginning of compassion. When we gather around and we look into each other's eyes or hear each other's voices, we begin to be able to understand how we are feeling. That is why it's so important that we welcome others to the table. That can be your kitchen table, the Lord's table, the lunch table at school, the digital table online. We welcome different people. We are able to show empathy. Now you're going to hear our song for today called Come to the Table.
Come to the table. Sing with me. Come to the table. Come to the table. Come to the table. Come celebrate with us. Come to the table. Come to the table. Come to the table. Come celebrate with us.
Welcome back. Did you enjoy that song, Come to the Table? Come to the table. Come to the table. Come to the table and celebrate with us. Today, you're going to be listening to a Bible lesson called The Father and Two Sons, or as some people may call it, The Prodigal Son. So, you will listen to, there's two versions. One will be for preschool, and the other one is for elementary school. And then after the Bible lesson, there will be a short videos explaining the art project for today. I hope that you enjoy the Bible lessons, and I hope that you enjoy the art projects. And now will you pray with me? Welcoming One, your warm and wide arms are always open, drawing us into your heart full of love. Make our arms your own, helping us to see and welcome. With compassion, all those we meet. Amen. Well, boys and girls, enjoy the rest of your activities, and I will see you the next session.
Good morning, boys and girls. This is a very strange time, isn't it? If this actually gets to you, I'll be quite surprised. I am not as technologically intelligent as all of you kids, but this morning's story is one worth knowing about. We have always called this story The Prodigal Son, but I like the way that our new lessons are dealing with this today because I think we can identify with more of the characters in the story. So they call the story A Father and Two Brothers. But I think if you're sisters, it works just as well for you. Okay? Jesus told this as a parable. There was once a man who had two sons. The younger brother greedily demanded that his inheritance. In other words, basically saying, Dad, I don't care about you. I want the money that is due me after you pass away. Well, the father said, okay. And the son turned his back on his family and he left them for a faraway country. He wasted all the money and he took from his family. Soon he became needy and hungry. Even though he was very ashamed, he decided to return home, hoping that his father might welcome him back. Now you think about that, would you? When his father saw him, however, he was filled with compassion. He loved him. He saw him from a distance coming, and he ran toward him. He threw his arms around his son, and he was so happy that his son was still alive and that he heard from him finally. The father got a big dinner together with the best food and the drink to give thanks for the son's safe return. Meanwhile, that older brother came in from the fields. He was tired. He'd been working hard all day. He heard the music and the dancing, and he wondered what was going on. He said, "What's going on?" Some people told him that his brother had come home. They were having a party because his younger brother had finally come home, and everybody was rejoicing and happy. When he heard this, he became so angry that he refused to go in. His father then went outside to him and tried to persuade him to come and join the party. He said, come on, I know you've worked hard all day. All these years you've stayed with me and worked hard, and everything that I have is yours. And you don't want to celebrate now that your younger brother is alive? We finally know that he's alive and he's home. And his brother said, no, I've worked hard for a lot of years and you never threw me a party. My brother comes home wasting all of his money and he gets a huge party. That's not fair. Well, his father said, you know that everything I have is yours. But people matter more than the possessions that they have. They matter more than money. And we thought your brother was dead and lost, and now he's home. Come to the table now and celebrate with us. Well, that's as far as Jesus gets with his story, his parable. I know that all of you know the meaning of parable, that it's not necessarily a true thing that happened, but a story that is told in order to make a point. There are many ways we can look at this. I don't know which of the three characters in this story that you identify with the most. You might think that you are more like that younger brother. You want what is yours now. I mean, you want something you've been wanting for a long time, and it's just you just have to have it. And so you want that more than anything. And so you might ask your parents, I want that now. I don't want to wait for my birthday or Christmas or something. I want that now. Give me an advance on my allowance or something like that. I don't know. You might be the older brother. My goodness, I've always done the right things. I've done everything you've asked, Mom and Dad. How come when this brother or sister of mine has decided to come back after wasting all their allowance or all their money, and you throw a party for them? That's just not fair. Or you could, I hope, be more like the dad. He loved both his sons very, very much. And he wanted what was best for them. And if his younger son wanted his inheritance right away, he was going to let him have it. He was going to give him the freedom to have it. That's very generous of him, even though the younger son obviously hurt his feelings when he asked for it. And then the younger son made so many mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, but it looked like he made so many. And when he was down and out, he had the good sense to come back home and to see if his dad loved him no matter what. Jesus, of course, was trying to say that God is like that father, and God does indeed love us no matter what. No matter what we do, we cannot ever separate ourselves from the love of God. I hope you remember that, but I also hope that if you have ever made mistakes, you never feel like you can't come back. Your parents will always love you too. And I hope that you will be kind and generous to your siblings, no matter what happens with this unfairness that comes in your house sometimes. So I hope this has been a lesson that we can think about which part we want to play. Thank you for this opportunity, for letting me read this story to you today. I cannot wait for church to open back up and for us to see each other in person. God bless you all. Bye.
Hi guys, welcome to Vacation Bible School. This is Arts and Crafts. I'm Mrs. Seward. It's good to see all of you. Today we are doing a vase with flowers like this to go with your lesson number 1 at the table. I'm outside and the breeze is kind of picking up and knocking my flowers all around. And you're not going to have this problem because you're probably inside. But it was a pretty day and I wanted to be outside. So anyway, this is what your final product will look like. And here's another one. So, all right, let's get started. In your bag, you have a piece of construction paper with lines on it that looks like this, right? It won't be yellow, it'll be whatever color you ended up with. So a piece of construction paper with lines. You'll have a small strip of paper, mine is red. You'll have 3 different shaped circles, and I'm letting you make 3 flowers. So that's 3 different shaped circles times 3 flowers. So that's a total of 9 circles, different shapes. So you'll have one that's kind of like this shape that's already been cut out, and then 2 that haven't been cut out. So if you want to get all of those out, you can get those out and be ready. You'll also have 3 straws, and then a page of green construction paper that has some leaves on it that you can make leaves if you want to. Okay, and then what you need to have from your house that I didn't give you are a pair of scissors, a stapler, a thin black marker or pen, and a glue stick. Okay, so you could pause right now if you want to have a second to get all those things together. Or maybe you've already got them together and we can go on. Okay, so here we're gonna start. So number 1, let's get out our large piece of paper that has the lines on it, and using our scissors, we're gonna cut those lines, and you're gonna see that the lines stop at about an inch or so from the bottom of the page. And these don't need to be perfect. So keep cutting, keep cutting. If you need to pause the video and catch up, that's fine. And if you're not right on the lines, that doesn't matter either. So we're gonna get the whole thing looking like that. Okay, then lay this down flat, and you're going to roll up the little pieces that you've just cut. So you can try just rolling it up tightly, just like this, and roll it all the way down to where it stops being cut. So you can, and it stays, see, it stays like that. You could try rolling it up just by yourself, or if you want to take a pen or a pencil, you can roll it up around a pen or a pencil, that works too. So either way is fine. You're just trying to get these curled all the way down. And it's kind of fun to curl them. It's a really nice day here. I don't know if you can see behind me, there's a big plant behind me, and it's a Brussels sprout plant. And I didn't know if it was gonna grow or not, but guess what? It's growing and it's enormous. And it's just leaves right now, and I don't know when it becomes an actual Brussels sprout that you could eat. But it is producing a ton of leaves. I also have a green bean plant, cucumber plant, 2 tomato plants. I don't know what else. Oh, and some other like spices and stuff, herbs. But the Brussels sprout is kind of the most amazing looking thing. All right, so I'm about halfway through. You can keep rolling yours. It is kind of fun. I could do this all day long. Okay, now, once you have finished rolling up your paper, and if you're not done, just pause here and come back and pick up. So I'm done with mine. Now, you're going to take the 2 ends and bring them in kind of, whoa, like this. So they overlap, but you want to make it so it's flat across the bottom, right? So don't do like that. They want to be, you want to have the 2 ends meet squared off, kind of like that. And then you take your stapler and staple it. So it looks like that, which is kind of cool just by itself, but now we're going to make it look like a vase. So then you take your tiny strip of paper and you wrap it around. And this is a little bit fiddly, so don't get impatient with it. It just takes a minute to get it used to. So you're going to attach your 2 ends of your thin strip again with a stapler. And you might need some help with this just to hold it. I think you can probably do it. Like that. Whoops. There. Okay. And then if you want to, you can kind of like wiggle this up, the strip up, to make it look like that. See? Pretty. Vase. Done. Isn't he cute? Okay. So your vase is done. I'm going to set mine right there. Now we're going to do our flowers. Okay. So you should have, again, 9 circles. 3 big ones, 3 middle ones, and 3 little ones. Your big ones have already been cut out. So you can just set those aside. And then we're gonna cut out our middle ones and our little ones. So the way I like to cut a circle is I have my scissors ready to go and I have my circle, and all I do is start on the line and just kind of turn the paper into my scissors to make a circle. Does not have to be perfect. So there's one, and I'm just gonna make one because once you know how to do one, you can do the others. And then I'm looking for a little one. Okay, well, I have a little one that's already cut out, but you'll cut out yours. So the colors that I happen to have this time are orange, middle yellow, and light yellow. And then you're gonna take your glue stick and you put the big one down, glue the middle one on top of that one, Mine looks like an egg, kind of. And then take the little one and glue on top of that, so it looks like that. Yours is gonna look different because you have different colors. So mine looks like that. And then this is kind of fun. You can take your marker and then just decorate them however you like. So I am gonna do kind of a swirl in the middle, like that. And then maybe I'll do some lines on the middle one, like that. And then on the outside one, I'm going to do the wind. I'm going to do maybe just like little lumps like this. That. You can do whatever you want to do. So here's some other ones that I did. So I did this one and this one. And here's one with kind of a thicker marker like that and that. So whatever you want to do is great. Okay, so now you've got your one flower, and then you can take your drinking straw, and I'll show you something neat if you want to do it this way. The drinking straws are the bendy kind. So if you staple, take your stapler out, and if you staple your flower part to the drinking straw at the bendy end of it, which you have to line up the stapler. Okay, if you put it at the bendy end of it, then you can kind of like make your flower like bend different ways if you want to. Okay, so now the only thing left to do is your leaves. So you have a sheet of leaves, which are kind of, you know, again, not perfect. You can cut them however you want to. Cut out a leaf. Stapler again. You might want to, if you didn't cut along the lines of the leaf, you can turn those lines backwards so no one sees them. And then again, lining up your leaf and your straw. Ta-da! And you can do as many leaves on your flower as you wish. Or you can do no leaves if you wish. It's up to you. So this is a nice project, ta-da, that I thought would be a good one to start out Vacation Bible School. It's pretty fun. You can make a lot of your own choices. You can then set this in the middle of your table maybe, and you and your family can look at it at dinner time. And it's your first day of Vacation Bible School. I hope you guys had fun, and I will see you again on another day of Vacation Bible School. Okay, bye.